All right, there you go.
All right.
But I go around having chats with anglers about life and mental health. Would you be open to having a chat?
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Where
Do
you
you,
from?
so I'm from up north. So I'm from Sopor.
So am I.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So how long have you been here for?
Just been in rehab. Just got out today.
Wow.
So just come down here for some mental health.
Yeah, that's today.
Do you want to sit down?
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
I'm your perfect customer. Yeah, no, I've been to hell and back for. I've been in addiction for 20 years, and yeah, just trying to work my way through it. Just got leave from a rehab in Christchurch. I'm from Taupo. I come down here the first time I've been here, and yeah, I'm always hunting and fishing, so I thought I'd come down here. I've never been here before, so
Both first timers.
yeah. So I'm just sitting here on the couch. I got my fly rod. I'm just camped in the bushes over there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So they dropped me off, gave me a little bit of a leave.
You've just come out of rehab, and
I'm 3/4 the way through the program. So I've been to 5 rehabs before, struggling with addiction for many years. And yeah, I think I've found it this time. So I just, I've had enough.
yeah.
And I think it takes that for someone to have had enough, to realize that, being sober in itself is more of a gift than anything you could get wasted, But it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs and years. And, I've only just come to the conclusion that that's the way I want to be. I prefer to have a smile on my face than feel like shit.
I know that sometimes addiction can start from a space of trying to numb or cope with something, and then it progresses as a way of helping cope with something. Is that is your journey?
My journey is I've forgiven my past. I've let go of every trauma, everything that I grew up in Taupo. Wasn't easy, as you know. Things are a bit rough. Lived one hell of a life so far. I'm only 40, but yeah, a lot of ups and downs. Been to hell and back, but I think I've gotten over all of that stuff. It's more of the fact that once you do something for a certain amount of time, you become addicted to it. So along goes the feeling of, oh, I drink because of this, or I do this because of that. All that's gone for me. But hence why I'm addicted to a substance. Not at this point in time, but I was. Like, I nearly crawled into detox and I was half dead. I think I was running probably, my point of view, probably 30% rather than now I'm running at about 80. And I know I've got heaps to go, but these last 2 months of just being sober, I'm at Nova Trust, by the way, and they do a great job.
Always been an angler?
Yeah, since I was come out of my mum.
Wow. And so did you grow up on the rivers down home,
Yeah.
back home?
Tongariro, yeah, hard.
Has fishing ever helped you through a difficult time in your life?
It saved my life many times. It's not even about catching anything. Like, people are like, oh, I want to this and that, or I'm not catching a fish. I'm like, it's not about that. Catching a fish is a bonus. Got to feed, whatever. If I want to catch a fish, I put a net across the river. Wouldn't use a fly rod. Hey. So, yeah, or dynamite, Hey, feed the whole town. But, yeah, no, it's just a way to relax and a great way for me to, just get down with the world.
Yeah.
It's life, isn't it? This hustle bustle bullshit drive people mad.
Yeah.
Then you want to drink. Because you want to numb it out. Yeah. If we could just be in bliss here all the time, it'd be fine. But, that's not going to put food on the table. So.
That's a great point, bro. It's actually a really good point.
Yeah, I haven't worked for a long time. I've just been trying to deal with my addictions and things like that. So, stonemason by trade. There's not much work around, so I came down here to find some work, but I needed to get sober first, and then continue with my mission. So, I got 4 or 5 people at the moment that are losing time as we speak, and that's always hard on the mind. I try not to let it get to me while I was in the rehab and doing the getting off the stuff, but yeah, it sort of plays on the mind. You know, that's life. What do? You know, you get to a point where people aren't going to hang around for too much longer, you know, older people. But yeah, sudden suicides and whatnot, terrible thing. Happens to everyone. Yeah, I think it's a lack of communication, to be honest. You know, people don't talk. And, you know, even when people are talking, I had a mate a year and a half back. And he was like, I'm gonna do it, bro. I'm out. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, whatever. Whatever. 2 days later, gone. And he was screaming out for help, even telling everyone. And everyone's like, oh, you know, because you always think it's the quiet one. This wasn't the case. Blew everyone's mind away. Yeah. Family, kids, everything. Had it all nailed in. Primo job. He was on the pipe, but, you know. Yeah.
Bro, do you mind me asking what does rehab what is it like in your opinion? Like, is it helpful? Is it shit? Is it in the middle?
I would say, depending on the person, I knew at the point in time that I could not stop drinking. My drug use goes into 10 years past, same thing, but I'm over that now. I could not stop drinking without medical supervision or professional help. So I couldn't just, it wasn't safe to do it, for starters, because you can go into all sorts of seizures and, like, I was drinking a bottle of vodka for breakfast. So it's a whole nother story. You go into all sorts of problems. So rehab in itself, you're spending time there to get time up, to have sober days up, and it's a wonderful place. You know, you just got to do your own thing and put your head down and not listen to all the other bullshit, because, you know, you've got 10 or 20 addicts in one establishment. It's never going to be easy. But if you do your own thing, and yeah, it's a great place to get sober. Yeah.
How many times have you been to rehab?
This will be 5. Yeah. Couple
5?
of Aussie, couple of here. Yeah.
5 and only 5 in the last one, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much done. I just get addicted to fishing again. Because when I was down and I was out, and I live right next to the river, best thing that I wanted to do in the world, my most favourite thing, and I wake up in the morning and go, oh, fuck it. Like, that's how I felt before I got clean. You know, just everything was gone. Your soul's gone. It takes you. Take away from you, man. It's like if anyone want to talk about the devil, that's it. You know, nothing. You don't even want to. You wake up and you go, oh fuck, gotta do this again. You know. Yeah. Now I feel great. Yeah.
I'm glad. What advice would you give to someone going through a difficult time?
What's difficult? Talk to people. Don't hold shit in. Talk. Find someone to talk to. Talk to yourself. Spit it out. Do it in words. Write it down if you have to. Yeah. That's the best one.
Yeah.
Because no one knows what's beyond this world, and you don't want to go there. Yeah. It's only someone there to listen or reach out for help. Yeah, don't be scared.
It is so true, eh? Where sometimes we isolate when we get unwell, we hold it in.
Yeah. Well, that's the first thing to a relapse too. Like relapsing with drugs and stuff, you'll start isolating, you'll start not worrying, self-care, this and that. And these are the signs before you're about to do it, It's a whole, it's like a snowball effect. You're right up the top, you don't even realize. Before you know it, you haven't showered for 2 days, everything's stinking shit, you're sitting in your room, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Your addiction's sitting there going, mate, I'm going to fuck you up. Yeah, I'm going to get you. 3 days later, you've walked into a bottle shop, drunk fucking a bottle of vodka, and you don't even realize how you got there. Yeah. And you're like, fuck, how did that happen? You got to get the signs at the beginning. It's the same with suicide, Same thing. I've lost many friends. So it's hard, mate. It's hard. Yeah. But, yeah, just move forward. Keep going.
What gives you, and what's driving you, man? What's that light that allows you to keep going? Because I know that you've been through some dark times. Where's the light? What is the light for you?
I think I need to go through this shit to get to where I need to be. In the end, I just know that I don't want to go down that track. And the most important thing to me is I don't want anything to have anything over me, to be bound to something, to have handcuffs on. Because that's what it's like. When you're in addiction, you've got handcuffs. They're invisible. You can see them. No one else can. The thing is, you put them on yourself. You put them on, damn well knowing you're putting them on, especially in my circumstance, because I've done it multiple times. I'm like, here we go. Oh, you're going to go there? You want to put them back on? Oh, clink. Oh, there we go. Now I know. Oh, and then dun, 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 dun. 3 months later, fuck, I've got to go to hospital. So you're doing it. It's self-sabotage. It's out of control. It's actually not sane. Yeah. But what keeps me going is I've got a lot of people that love me. And I love myself, and I wish better for better times. I can't just keep drowning out shit with poison. It's opposite what I'm trying to achieve. So, yeah. But it's a hard road. And it's not easy, A lot of people that don't know about alcohol, or I've seen family members that are like, oh, why don't you just stop? They've got no idea. Why don't you just stop? Oh, okay. That's like asking someone to stop breathing.
Yeah.
Oh, you just stop breathing. See how you go. How long is that going to last? It doesn't work, man. Yeah, but they don't understand the thing. Yeah. Which is bad for an addict, because they're trying to do their best, and a lot of criticism gets put on them. Oh, you're doing it again. Oh, you've done it again. Oh, you're going back. Oh, what's going to be different this time? That's not the words you need to hear. What you need to hear is, I hope for the best. You've got it this time. Wishing you well. Keep in touch. Blah, blah, blah. Shit like that. Not, oh, blah, 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 blah. You're fucking, And that's often from the closest people. Because they've been let down. Bro, a brother's got to have faith at some point. Yeah. But, and if I get knocked back down again, I'll try again. I've been to some meetings and shit, took people like 17 times, and then they'll hit 50 and they've been sober for 30 years and then relapse again and lose their house and their wife and their family and their kids. I'm like, yeah, poison them. So, I don't know. Yeah. I just take it one day at a time and hope for the best. Right.
Awesome, brother. And that's all we can do, right?
Yeah. I think the best thing is not to overthink it and don't look too much into it, And don't put pressure on oneself. That's the biggest killer, People don't talk about their feeling. You shut the up. Men don't cry. This and that. We don't talk about feeling. Now, it's a little bit different. People are talking about feelings and whatnot. We grew up like that, without it was a different era. But I do think that if people can open up, but they need someone to talk to, and it can't be their family members. They need to talk to someone, even if they don't know them, but they feel comfortable. Like I've been to a couple of psychiatrists, psychologists, this, that, you know, and I'm like, oh man, I'm not sure if you just don't click, you know?
Yeah.
You need the right person. But by that sometime, it's too late.
Yeah.
You know, because they've already topped themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we fix that.
Well, hopefully, as part of the puzzle, this is one way. This is when you ask me, like, what am I doing? I guess this is my contribution to society trying to normalize this, so that one day, maybe in the next generation, my kids or my kids will feel like they'll be able to talk to someone and not have to feel like there's no way out, you know? That's what I hope for anyway. I know that if I don't do this and others don't do this, well, nothing's changing, right? Nothing changes if nothing changes. That's what I try to do.
I'll tell you a story. I had a mate of mine, good mate. This is probably about 15 years ago. And I was on heroin at the time. Big heroin user. I was in Canberra in Australia. And he was hanging out. And he rang me up. He's like, can you spot me some cash, bro? I need a hit. And I was like, and I was on it too at the time, but I was still working and I was functioning and whatever. I said, bro, I've got no cash, man. I can't help you out. I said, can't the bro tick you up? You know, because we were banging the shit. Like I was 10 years deep in it, you know. It was bad, terrible. I lost multiple people. And then he was like, oh no, I already owe him money. I said, well, can you tick him up for me? And he's like, no, can't you like give me some cash, just put in my bank and I can get on him. Like, because heroin's real nasty to come off, yeah? If you need it, you need it. It's not like meth or alcohol's the same. You need it. You know, like, you need it. I was like, bro, I can't fucking help you. Anyway, I said, I'll catch you tomorrow, man. And he's like, oh, yeah, no worries. Wait. He gassed himself in his own car at the dealer's house in the car park. And then his parents rang me up the next morning because they got the phone and a call from me. And I thought to myself, if I had given him that money. And I held on to that for a long time. I was like, if I'd have given him that money. And then I talked to someone else and he was like, he was on his way anyway. Because I got a little bit hung up on it, you know. I was like, you know. If I'd have said yeah and hooked him up, he would have had his hit and he might have lived. But because he couldn't handle the fucking not getting on, because he needed a jam, gets himself in the fucking car. That's all right. Is that bad on mental health?
Oh, that's real,
and
though.
There was a good mate of mine. Yeah. I haven't talked to anyone about that for a long time. Actually, not even many of my friends know about it.
Well, thank you for sharing, bro. Because I know that that's important to share. Again, we just spoke about sharing it, right?
Well, if you wanted to, like, this is, you know, yeah, and that even affected me. And I was like, like, not that, like, okay, yeah, you did, but whatever. But I took the blame upon myself, you know, for years. I didn't even go to the funeral. I felt that shit. Yeah. I had nothing to do with it. I just didn't hook him up the cash to get on.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy shit.
But I understand why you would have felt that guilt, because, you know, I would have had those thoughts too in that same position. You know, what ifs?
Yeah, the what ifs.
Yeah. What if I'd given him this? Then it could have been different.
Yeah.
Then you think, well, would it have just happened, but at a later date?
Yeah.
You know.
But that's a what if too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sometimes that's hard to accept, right?
I didn't hold on to it for too long, but I was like, yeah. Like it doesn't affect me now or anything. But that's just a circumstance. to ask for help and to admit to yourself and to ask for help and to, like, I sat down in rehab the other day, and they said it was 25 of us or whatever, and we were all in the classroom. This was just 3 days ago. And they all passed around a question on a little piece of laminated paper. And my question was, do you have anything to say to anyone in this room that you haven't said that you would like to say personally to anyone in the room? And I said, no, I don't have anything personal. Like, this is like, and everyone got different questions around the whole room. I said, no, I don't have anything personal to say, but I'd like to speak to all of you and just say how proud I am that all of you are here and that you are doing so well and that I'm here and I'm kicking ass and I've been here for 6 weeks, and I just want to let you know that I'm stoked as with everyone. And everyone was like, whoa, you know? And it's just that uplifting thing. Like, you know, anyone to say about anyone. I turned it from a negative thing into an absolute blow the whole room away sort of shit, you know? Like, be stoked, man. Hardest thing is walking through the door into a rehab, let alone the detox, the pain and all the pills and all the crap you got to take. You know, some of these are in there that are fucking not well. You know, I was glad that I pulled it up because I knew what was going on. I pulled it up a little bit earlier this time. The times before, they have been harder for me because I went too deep. Yeah. But this time I was like, nah, here we go again. I'm going to pull it up real quick. And yeah, no, I was stoked to come. And they're like, okay, we'll take you to Christchurch. I was like, yes. Never been there. It's away from home. It's away from everyone I know. I can't get on. Yeah, just away from everything. Change. If you don't change, if there's no, you can't just stop something and go back to where you were. Yeah. I can't just stop this and go back to touring and go catch up with the bros, go hunting, and the bro pulls out his pipe and like, that's not gonna work. Yeah. 6 months later, I'll be bringing up the rehab. Yeah. So I had to change completely. So I went, I'm gonna change islands. You know? Yeah. And now here I am, sitting here talking to you. Yeah. What you're doing is a great thing. And you'll meet most addicts, I'll tell you, I've been rehabs, this, that. Most addicts are very onto it. Smart people. Yeah. Clever, onto it, switched on motherfucker. They're trying to quiet their head down.
You guys are onto it.
How's it, bro?
It's there to you, so.
I want to get into doing what you're doing too. Once I get properly clean, like I'll start working. I want to help people, man, that have been through the same shit, you know, and it comes from being and gone through it.
Well, bro, that was an absolute honor. Thank you.
Do you do what you want with that information?
Thank you, bro.